If you ask yourself, how much do we have to invest to change things? What do we have to do to move towards a green economy, to make ourselves more energy efficient, to rely much more on sources of energy that are not fossil fuels, to avoid deforestation? Those are the big things that are causing emissions, unnecessary emissions, efficiency, wrong sources of energy, deforestation. Most studies, the Stern Review, which I did some 6 years ago, studies from McKinsey, studies from the International Energy Agency, you get numbers around 1% of GDP worldwide. So we ought to be investing 1% more over these coming 20, 30 years than we might otherwise have done. Now that's perfectly possible, particularly of course if you've got unemployed resources and low interest rates. But even if you didn't, that's perfectly possible. And if you do that, you get returns to that extra 1%, which are way beyond the fundamental reduction in the risk of climate change, which of course motivates that investment and is of enormous value to future generations. But you get an economy that's cleaner, quieter, safer, more community-oriented, things like reusing and recycling, public transport and so on, and much more biodiverse. And you launch a period of discovery and innovation like the previous waves of technological change we've seen since the end of the 18th century in the Industrial Revolution. And that period of discovery will be very exciting. Innovation, creativity, R&D, investment and growth. So when we think of that extra 1% of investment we have to make, we should count the returns to that investment first and foremost in the very big reduction in the risk of climate change it brings, but also in these other ways of a cleaner, quieter, better form of consumption and production, plus the period of innovation and discovery. So in my view, it's a major investment, but perfectly manageable, and an investment with very high returns beyond the fundamental and vitally important return of reducing the risk of climate change.